Hampton was an outstanding basketball school. Two teams are wandering out to the center of the floor. The Hampton Bulldogs are wearing kind of like Carolina blue with a little black and white trim. The Wildcats wearing their all-white jerseys with cardinal numerals. Oak Ridge comes out with Quez Thomas, Bryson Comer, Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, and Caden Brighthart, and we're about to have basketball for you here from Maryville High School. Ball up tip controlled by the Wildcats. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge's Brighthart. He works the ball to Quez Thomas. Works the ball to the right side, looks to the corner to Grayson Strader. He's wide open in the corner. The Wildcats, not much movement there. Caden goes to the hole and scores. Wildcats take a 2-0 lead as Brighthart scores the first 2 points of the ball game. Here comes Hampton down the floor. This was a state tournament team from a year ago as they bring the ball across the line, setting up their offense against Oak Ridge's aggressive defense. Bounce pass left side goes to number 4. That's Onsbark. Works the ball cross court, fires a pass all the way towards the Oak Ridge bench, almost thrown away, picked up by Dylan Trevette. Trevette holds the ball and gives it up to a man at the top of the circle. That's number 22, Chance Point. Point works the ball to his right. They drive the baseline, cut off there. The pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Taken away by Quez Thomas. Quez racing coast to coast, giving it into Brighthart. Pulls up. Quez is free, dribbles, drives, goes inside, throws the ball, intending it for Comer. Turns the ball over. Here comes Hampton down the floor with the basketball. Number 11, that's Caden Buckles. He is 6 foot. He is a senior. Coach Green says he is the player to watch in this ball game for them. He's got it driving to the free throw line, gives it up in the corner, unable to take a three-point shot. They're trying to get a little movement in their action as the ball is knocked out of bounds by Bryson Comer. 6 minutes, 47 seconds to play in the first quarter. 2-0 is our score here from Maryville High School. To work the ball in for them will be number 11. That'll be Caden Buckles. Works the ball in for a shot. No good. Rebounded by Comer. Wildcats coming down the floor. Here's Brighthart running the floor, taking it to the hole. Off the glass shot. Charge is called against Caden Brighthart, and that'll be the first personal foul called against him. 2-0 our score, just underway from Maryville High School. The winner to play the winner of Lenoir City and Maryville tomorrow at 7:45. Here's a home run pass. It is going to be complete, and they'll set up their offense. Bounce pass inside, left elbow. Number 11 drives in the paint. Nearly stripped the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give them the basketball. Wildcats have not played since last Tuesday when the Wildcats were at home in a victory over the Sevier County Smoky Bears. The Hampton Bulldogs were in Florida before Christmas. They lost 2 of their ball games there as the pass is going to be saved away by Hampton, picked up in the lane. They're unable to shoot. The Wildcats playing good, solid defense. Hampton really hasn't gotten a good shot off until right now. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Grayson Strader. Strader comes down with the board. It's going to push it across the line, set it over to Quez in the corner. Out to the top of the key. Brennan Scott for 3 on its way. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Comer, back to Quez. He shoots again. Shot is up, no good. Rebound to Strader, and I think they're going to say Grayson might have pushed off for position. And I think that is the case, and that'll be a personal foul against the Wildcats. 6:08 to play first quarter. Hampton will substitute. Gino Caraco comes into the ballgame, 6-foot junior player. It'll be Hampton basketball underneath the goal. Wildcats in the lead, 2-0. We've played almost 2 minutes of this ball game. Hampton works the ball in, and it comes to number 4 for them, and that is Onspall, and then the ball's knocked out of bounds by Oak Ridge. 6:05 to play first quarter, 2-0 is our score. It'll be their basketball coming down the floor. Wildcats and Hampton, as I mentioned, the two teams have played 22 times previous. The series is tied at 11 games apiece, but they haven't played since 1970. Down the floor with the basketball will come Trevette. He works the ball quickly across the line. They've got a free throw line shot. It's off the back end of the iron, no good. Rebounded by Caden Brighthart. Brighthart in the rear court, gives it over to Thomas. Quez and the Wildcats coming down the floor. Quez drives in, pulls up, shoots no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Neither team shooting the ball well here in the early going. Of course, they've been off for a full week. Here's a shot partially rejected. Rebounded for a moment by Strader. Saved away by the Bulldogs. Shot is no good. Rebound tracked down in rear court by Bryson Comer. Picks it up, looks to Brendan Scott, fires the pass to him. He turns, cannot shoot. Grayson drives to the right corner. Here's Brendan Free, will not shoot the 3. Dribbles into the paint, now backs it up. Wildcats up 2-0. The Wildcats work it into Strader. Strader dribbles, drives, kicks it over to Bryson Comer for 3. It's on its way, no good. Long rebound taken away by number 0, Levy Lyons. And here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Neither team sharp shooting here in the early going. Number 11 dribbles in. Coach Green says he's their best player. He's in the paint. He has no place to go. Kicks it over to the right corner. Now they'll drive in. I thought he was going to take it to the corner. They're going to drive in. Here's a steal by Grayson. Down to Bryson. Comer dribbles, drives, goes in for the shot. Good. Bryson Comer off the glass for his first 2 points, and the Wildcats lead it by a score of 4-0, and Hampton will call a timeout. Oak Ridge on top of the Bulldogs, 4-0, 4:51 to play first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 30 seconds. David Clary back here along with Zach Dorman and Ben George. Brian Bennett back at the station. The Wildcats in the lead over Hampton, just underway, about halfway through the first quarter. 4-0 our score. They're having trouble getting the ball across the midcourt line. They do finally, with the basketball will come Onspall. He works the ball top of the circle to number 35 at the free throw line, pulls up, shoots short. Rebound, Bryson Comer. Wildcats with the basketball to Brennan Scott. Scott in the rear court. Oak Ridge up 4-0. 4:29 to play first quarter. With the basketball, Ray Watson around his straighter. There's Brennan. That's Caden Brighthart for three. It's up. No good. Wildcats long-range shooting out there. Bryson Comer gets the ball and puts it up and scores. Bryson Comer gets the ball, just kind of fell at his feet, picked it up, and the Wildcats get another steal. Here's Ray with it. Ray left side, Caden Brighthart. Unable to shoot, swings the ball to Ray. Around to Brennan Scott. Brennan dribbles in, free throw line, goes all the way to the hole. Shot is blocked, he's fouled. Personal foul will be called against the Hampton Bulldogs. And with 4 minutes exactly to play in the first quarter, Oak Ridge has a 6-0 lead. And going to the free throw line will go Brennan Scott. Brennan had just a phenomenal game last week where he hit 8 3-pointers in the ball game. And the free throw is good, and the Wildcats have the lead here. And the Wildcats substituting, looks like big Cooper Williams is going to come into the ball game now. Checking out of the contest will come Bryson Comer. Wildcats on the scoreboard lead it 7-0. 4 minutes to play here in the first period. Brendan Scott back to the line. Toss good. Hits both free throws, and Oak Ridge has an 8-0 lead over the Bulldogs. Hampton trying to get the ball in, yet to do so. 5-second count was on. They get it across the line quickly with a pass to Hicks. Hicks has his shot blocked. Taken away by Brighthart. Brighthart running the floor. Behind the back dribble, stops to the top of the circle. Now accelerates right, pulls it up to Brendan Scott for three. It's good. 3-point shot by the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge, just like that, with 3:47 to play, has an 11-0 lead over Hampton as the Wildcats substitute Marcus Peters in the ballgame. To work the ball in will come Hampton, wearing their all-blue jerseys, moving right to left, pass intercepted almost by Ray Watson. Down the floor will come the Bulldogs after they recover it. Here's a pass to the corner. They've yet to score. We're down to 3:39 to play in the first period, 11-0 Wildcats. 3:35 to play. A near steal by Grayson Strader knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge back on defense, playing with Cooper Williams, Grayson Strader, Brennan Scott, Marcus Peters, and Raquan Watson. Their basketball. Here it comes to number 22. That'll be Point. Chance Point at the midcourt circle, guarded by Ray. His pocket is picked. He's going to get a layup out of it. Here it is. Good. Ray picks the pocket right at the midcourt line, and Oak Ridge's defense harassing the Bulldogs to a 13-0 lead here with 3:27 to play in the first period. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Number 11 with it across the line. He might have walked there. With the basketball will come number 35, Caraco. Caraco swings the ball to the left corner. Over it goes to number 15. Unable to shoot. Good positioning there by number 35. Drives in for the shot. Good. They score the first bucket with Hayden Campbell, a 6'5 junior, and the Wildcat lead is 13-2. And another foul is going to be called. This one's going to go against, I think, number 15, Brody Hicks of the Bulldogs of Hampton High School. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. 3:04 to play first quarter, 13-2, Oak Ridge on top. Wildcat basketball wearing their all-white jerseys with Cardinal, the Hampton Bulldogs, and Carolina blue, a little white and black on their uniforms. Ball's worked in to Cooper. Cooper gives it back out to Strader. The Wildcats have somebody open. Is Raquan Watson. He drives along the baseline, slings it out. Marcus Peters, Brendan Scott, three-pointer, left corner up, no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Number 4 comes out of there with the basketball. That'll be Onspall. He works the ball and almost has the ball picked out of his hands by Brendan Scott. That would have been a layup on the other end. Wildcats on top, 13-2, 2:44 to play here in the first period. Hampton basketball, the work the ball in will be Chance Point, 6'2 junior. Works the ball left corner to number 11, who Coach Green says is their best player, to number 34 in the paint, nearly stripped of the ball. Still shoots, clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Brennan Scott. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Brennan, coast to coast, stops, waits, gives it out to Marcus Peters. Had a shot from the outside, goes in for a shot, blocked, taken away by number 15 for the unbound speed, Brody Hicks. He works the ball down the floor to number 11, and that'll be Caden Buckles once again. Buckles backs up, now guarded by Caden Brightheart got a screen, works the ball in, ball's kicked out of his hands. The Wildcats are going to get a layup. Here comes Caden Brightheart, right-handed off the glass, good. And the Wildcats lead Hampton 15-2. 2:06 to play in their first period. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor with a basketball. Number 4 once again, that's Onspall. Onspall backs up to the midcourt line, calls the play. Wildcats leading with 1:56 to play in the first quarter. Onspall guarded by Ray. Dribbles around a screen to his left, kicks the ball to number 11, who works the ball back out for a three-point shot. No, he doesn't take it. Works the ball inside to the big guy, who takes the shot, good. Off the glass it goes, or a little floater by Campbell, and the Wildcats will face a little pressure themselves. Then it comes to Brennan Scott. 15-4, the Wildcats in the lead. Brennan goes coast to coast, lays it up, good. Just too quick for the Bulldogs here, and Oak Ridge now leads 17-4 here in the first quarter with 1:27 to play here in the first period. The winner to play at 7:45 against either Maryville or Lenoir City. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Bulldogs from Hampton. That's a city. As they work the ball inside, there's nearly a strip of the ball. Here's the shot, good. They score inside with number 15, Brody Hicks. They are located east of Dobbins-Bennett and south of Elizabeth, and if you're wondering where they are from. 17-6 our score. Brennan, a baseline jumper, good. Brennan Scott and the Wildcats is lighting it up here in the first period. They lead at 19-6. 52 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Oak Ridge's defense has been stifling to this point. With the basketball will come the Bulldogs. Number 4, Michael Onspall, and then a whistle blows, and a foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Foul is going to be called against Raekwon Watson. That'll be his first personal foul as the Wildcats substitute Price Davis into the game for the first time. The Wildcats playing with Marcus Peters, Price Davis, Caden Brightheart, Raekwon Watson, and Cooper Williams. 44 seconds to play. First quarter, 19-6. The Wildcats in the lead. Bulldog basketball. They'll work it in, and it comes. Number 4 with it, Onspall. He is a junior, 5'8". He's running the point at the midcourt circle. Ray picks him up there. He stops, gives it up to at the middle part of the free throw line. Shot is up, no good. And a foul is going to be called against the Wildcats, I do believe. They knocked down the shooter. It looked like it was after the shot, but I guess not. I kind of took my eye off it. And Dylan Trevette, a 6'2 junior player, will go to the free throw line with 32.4 seconds to play. Zach Dorman's doing our camera work and technical work up here. We're kind of at a limited crew here. We've got illness, we have injuries, and we have Christmas, kind of keeping our regular crew from here, and I appreciate these guys coming up here. First shot was no good. The second shot was good, and the Wildcat lead is 19-7, 32.4 seconds to play. The Wildcats will get the ball first in the second period. When we get that way, as the Wildcats work it into Price Davis. Price is going to swing the ball across to Quez. Quez Thomas backs it up to Price. Around it goes to the top. Caden Brightheart with it. 23 seconds to play. He's going to drive in, pull up and shoot, and they're going to call a charge against Brightheart. Oak Ridge fans in the stands here didn't really like the call there. Not exactly sure, but somebody belted out a disapproval as Bryson Comer has checked back into the ballgame for Oak Ridge. The Wildcats have Peters, Davis, Watson, and Thomas in the ballgame. 21 seconds to play. Their basketball. Almost a steal there by the Wildcats. Here comes the Bulldogs down the floor. Yet to get the ball across the line with 15 seconds to play. Now they walk it across. Here it goes to Onspall. Onspall got it by Watson. Works it to his right. Cut off there. A near steal by Bryson Comer with 6, 5, 4. They get a shot off. It is good. They score inside with number 35. That's Caraco. Here comes a full court shot. No good as the first quarter comes to a close. Good quarter basketball for the Wildcats. They lead it by a score of 19-9. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. Welcome back once again to Maryville High School. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge playing in the Renaissance Bank Christmas Tournament here at Maryville. The Wildcats have played in this tournament one other time. They won it. Last time we played, that was Coach Green's first year. As Bryson Comer gets a pass inside of Brennan Scott, dribbles in. Brennan takes it to the hole strong, good. Brennan might have been fouled there, but no call. The Wildcats have their 21st point. Here they come down the floor. The Bulldogs quickly sling it down. They've got numbers. They drive in inside to number 35. Wants to go against Comer. Shoots, good. They score inside, and here come the Wildcats coming down the floor. With it across the way, McCum Brightheart got a screen, gets a layup. Here it is, no good. Rebound back to Brightheart for a moment, saved away by the Bulldogs. 10-point Wildcat lead here, 21-11 the score, 7:19 to play here in the second period. Wildcats with Brennan Scott in the ballgame, Quez Thomas, Caden Brightheart, Grayson Strader, Bryson Comer. That's the original starting five. Wildcats on defense. The big guy's got it in the paint, swings the ball inside, blocked shot by Grayson. A late whistle there by the official. And with a 7:02 to play here in the second quarter, it'll be a 21-11 lead here, and they'll go to the free throw line. Probably was a foul, but the whistle was so late by the closest official to us as they go to the free throw line. They'll have two shots. 7:02 to play, second quarter here from Maryville High School. Toss off the front end of the iron, rolls in good. Wildcats have available to play and who have yet to get in the ball game. They have Cameron McCullough, Shamar Green, Connor Cummings, and I believe everybody else has played as Oak Ridge will work it in. Then it comes to Thomas. 21-13, an 8-point game. The Wildcats, Caden Brightheart to Bryson Comer, swings the ball to Brennan Scott. Three-pointer is wide open. Shot is no good, though. Brennan had a little trouble finding his range here in the early going off of an 8 3-point game the last week of the season as the Wildcats are back on defense, leading 21-13. 6:40 to play here in the second period. Number 11 drives in. The Wildcats are a little bit out of position on defense. They get a three off. Here it is. No good. Good rebound by Grayson Strader. Here come the Wildcats pushing it up to Quez Thomas. Quez brings it across the line with a pass to Grayson Strader. Brennan's open again. Brennan's going to drive in for a layup. This time, no good. What's the call? The same official who called the foul against Oak Ridge a moment ago signals there is a foul against the Bulldogs, and that'll send Brennan Scott to the free throw line. 6:22 to play, second quarter, 21-13. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, and we are streaming this game live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Brennan's first free throw is good. 22-13 the score. Back to the free throw line once again. Toss, good. Wildcats up by 10 once again, 23-13. As the Bulldogs from Hampton High School. First time we've played them in 52 years coming down the floor. Buck Van Huss, if you've ever been to Kingsport, has been at their beautiful gym, which has been condemned right now, is named the Buck Van Huss Dome up in Kingsport. And Buck Van Huss was the head coach of the Hampton Bulldogs in 1960 when they won a state championship. And then after that, the Wildcats played them almost every year as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor until 1970. As Grayson Strader drives in, they're going to call him for a travel. Wildcats turn the ball over with 5:59 to play in the second quarter. Ben George doing camera work for us down on the floor. Zach Dorman's up here as we have Brian Bennett back at the station. Hampton basketball side, rear court, trying to get the ball in. Now they get it in, and it comes to number 34. That's Hayden Campbell. Campbell on a bounce pass, ball deflected and knocked out of bounds off the foot of Caden Brightheart. It'll be Hampton basketball side front court. To work the ball in for them will be number 22. That'll be Chance Point. Point will work it in from side front court. Nope, they're going to switch it up and give it to Caden Buckles, and he'll work it in from side court. Looking to lob it down low, cannot do it. Backing it up, it goes to the top of the circle. Number 4 with it, that's Michael Onspall. Lady Wildcats will play tomorrow, 12 noon against Thomas Dale High School. They're out of Virginia. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state of Virginia. The Lady Wildcats will play. Here's a steal by Grayson. Grayson Strader, right-handed off the glass, good. Strader has the steal and the bucket, and Oak Ridge leads 25-13. We'll have the broadcast of the Lady Wildcats game beginning at 12, and depending on the outcome of this game, we hope to have the boys game as well on FM 92.7. We'll talk about that. Obviously, we won't know until the outcome of the game is decided. Hampton basketball, number 11 with the basketball. That's Buckles. Buckles swings the ball to his right. Bounce pass goes inside, deflected, and stolen away by Bryson Comer. Great anticipation. Great play by Bryson. Running the floor, Grayson Strader for the layup. Good. Left-handed off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads 27-13. Back to a 14-point lead for the Wildcats. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to play. Here they come down the floor, straight down to the free throw line. That's got to be a charge. He called it. Charge is called, and a nice setup as usual. You can guess it, Oak Ridge fans. Bryson Comer in the right position, as he always is, to take those charges, and the Wildcats will get it on that player control foul. It'll be Grayson Strader of the Wildcats to work the ball in. Bryson Comer is out. Cooper Williams is back in the contest for the Wildcats, along with Ray Watson. Here comes Caden to Ray. Ray turning inside to Cooper. He can't control the low pass. It goes off his fingertips, out of bounds. 4 minutes, 43 seconds to play, second quarter, 27-13. The Wildcats in the lead. With the basketball will come the Hampton Bulldogs. We've had very little stoppage of play here. Hampton works the ball in, and it comes to Dylan Trevette. Trevette in the rear court. It's going to be harassed everywhere he goes by Brendan Scott. They pick up their dribble. They've yet to get the ball across the line. 10-second count is on. He walked with it. Here's a steal by Grayson Strader. Grayson Strader dribbles, drives, stops, pops, no good. Gets his own rebound. Got hammered that time by Trevette. No call. Down the floor with the basketball will come number 20 through. That'll be Point once again. Chance Point works the ball top of the circle. Number 10, that's Tyler McClay. He works the ball on a dribble between his legs, swings the ball to his left. Over it goes to Dylan Trevette. Trevette drives the baseline, turning, spinning, driving, shooting up. Good. Hampton scores, and the Wildcat lead is 27-15. Here comes Oak Ridge pushing it across to Brendan Scott. Wide open three. It's up. No good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. Pulling down the board is Chance Point, and he's going to bring it across the line. Point dribbles against Brendan Scott, stops at the free throw line, gives it off right in front of the Oak Ridge bench. They drive in for a shot, blocked by Grayson Strader. Wildcats with the basketball, and then I guess they're going to say Grayson might have been out of bounds when he actually stole the ball right on the baseline, so that'll give the ball back to Hampton. 3:42 to play second quarter, 27-15 the score. Marcus Peters is in the ball game. Cooper Williams is in. Brennan Scott is in. Grayson Strader and Raekwon Watson. Hampton basketball, 27-15, Oak Ridge in the lead. Yet to get it in, 5 seconds. Here comes the pass. It's going to be caught by the Bulldogs. Number 1, that'll be Trevette. Trevette hands it off to Buckles, and Buckles will call a new play. Picked up by Strader. He works the ball off to number 35 at the top of the circle, looking for a little give and go. Nobody to give it to, so he goes with it. Over it goes left side to number 24. Wildcats in the lead, 27-15. Chance Point with the dribble at the midcourt line. 3:21 to play. He's going to drive against Buckles. Goes in for the shot. High arcing shot. Good. Never thought in the world it was going to drop in, and we're back to a 10-point game. Wildcats running the floor with Marcus Peters, turning, spinning, his shot is blocked. Cooper's got the rebound, back up with a shot, no good, and Cooper Williams will go to the free throw line. Wildcats by 10, 27-17. This Hampton team made it to the state tournament a year ago, losing in the semifinals. They made it to the Final Four in the state. They trail by 10, 27-17. Cooper Williams to the line. Free throw is good. Cooper has his first point of the game. We'll have a statistical recap of the first half coming up at halftime. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. We'll go through the bracket and talk about previous games and games kept upcoming here and games at the Hal Henner Gym in Greenville, Tennessee. 28-17, make it 29-17. The Wildcats have the lead. 3:07 to play second quarter. Here comes Hampton down the floor. Bulldogs facing the Wildcat pressure. They bring the ball across the line. In a moment, with it will come Buckles. Buckles guarded by Price Davis here right in front of us. As we broadcast here on this side in their press area here. Block shot by Oak Ridge's Cooper. Saved by the Wildcats. Price Davis on a great play by Grayson Strader. Grayson just made Cooper. They blocked the shot. Then Grayson hustled after it, corralled it, slung it back into Price, and a foul was called against Hampton. Fouls have not been an issue for either team. Neither team on the bonus here as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor with Price Davis to Ray Ray. Ray Ray gives it in to Cooper Williams. Shot good. Cooper off the glass, and the Wildcat lead is back up to 14, 31-17. Here they come down the floor. Bounce pass in right for the shot. Good. And a foul called. And Hampton will go to the free throw line with an opportunity for a three-point play. 2:35 to play second quarter. We have a fast-moving ball game here at Maryville High School. Do we not, Zach?
Yes, we do.
Back to the free throw line will go the Bulldogs. One shot, way short. Rebounded by Cooper. Cooper Williams with it to Raekwon. Ray Ray down the floor. Dribbles to the free throw line. Dribbles past it. Gives it over to Marcus Peters. Peters at the free throw line. No place to go except back to Ray Ray. Ray Ray fakes the three. Drives in. Off the last shot. Count it. And he's fouled. Great drive. The play started well when he faked the three and then drove past his defender, pulled up, took it off the glass, and got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Back to a 14-point lead. The Wildcats trying to extend it out to 15. 33-19 the score. Raekwon Watson to the free throw line. 2:22 to play here in the second period. Ray Ray, one shot. Good. 15-point advantage for your Oak Ridge Wildcats. 34-19 the score. 2 minutes, 22 seconds to play here in the first half. Here come the Bulldogs moving right to left. The Wildcats and Bulldogs. The series is tied at 11 games apiece, so this is the rubber match here. As Ray almost gets, actually Price Davis almost with the steal. They're going to call Price a little bit too aggressive, and a foul is going to be called against him. That might be the 7th team foul, so it looks like we're on the bonus from here on out. 2:10 to play in the second period. To the free throw line will go the Bulldogs. At the line will go number 22. That's Chance Point. 6'2", 170-pounder. 2:10 to play. Second quarter, 34-19. Free throw, brick. No good. Rebounded by Cooper. Down the floor it goes to Ray Watson. Ray left side. Price Davis for three. It's up. It is good. 3-point shot for Price Davis. It hit the rim, took a nice friendly bounce in, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead. It's 18 points. 37-19 the score. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor, moving right to left, wearing their Carolina blue, white, and black. The Wildcats in their white jerseys with Cardinal. Bulldog basketball. Here it goes to Buckles. Buckles works the ball to the big guy. Number 34 is going to drive against our big guy. That's Cooper. He had no place to go because our big guy was better. He works the ball to the left corner. They shoot a three. It's up. That's a no good. Rebound. Marcus Peters tries to track it down. It's knocked out of bounds, they say, by the Hampton Bulldogs. And with 1:30 to play here comes Shamar Green into the ball game for the first time tonight. Out will come Cooper Williams. 90 seconds to play first half. 37-19 the score. The Wildcats led 19-9 after one quarter, and they have the lead here by 18. Timeout is asked for now by Coach Green. We'll take it with him. 1:30 to play second quarter. We'll be back to Maryville High School following this 30-second timeout. Welcome back to Maryville High School, the Resident Bank Christmas Tournament here at Maryville High School. The Wildcats comfortably in the lead here in the later stages of the second quarter. They're up 37-19, trying to get to the semifinals to take on either the homestanding Maryville Rebels or the Lenoir City Panthers. Here's Shamar Green, has the ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Wildcats have Marcus Peters in the ball game, along with Shamar, Caden Brightheart, Raquan Watson, and one other guy, that's Price Davis. 1:19 to play second quarter, 37-19, the Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Hampton down the floor, moving right to left with it. Number 4 with it, and that is Onspall. He works the ball to the right corner. They get it to the big guy, that's Campbell. Campbell swings the ball to Buckles. Buckles along the baseline, kicks the ball back out, lost the ball, picked up on the floor by Price Davis. Here comes Price down the floor. Price has Marcus in front of him, gets a screen from him, kicks it out to Brightheart. Brightheart lost the handle of the basketball, saved away by the Bulldogs. Here comes Buckles down the floor. Buckles fires it inside, nice pass, shot good. Off the glass goes number 15, Brody Hicks. And here come the Wildcats down the floor. Here comes the Wildcats. Brightheart with it across the line. And Marcus Peters, three-pointer, left corner. It's on its way. No good. Big rebounding position for the Wildcats. Shamar had it. It's a big battle for the ball. His ball is knocked out of bounds on a good hustle play by the Bulldogs. And the Wildcat lead is 37-21, 33.4 seconds to play. Wildcats will get Price out of the ball game. Brennan Scott checks back in. 33.4 seconds to play first quarter. Once again, their basketball coming down the floor with it will come number 1. 37-21. The Wildcats have led the entire way. And Bulldogs, not a bad team, though, playing hard as they work the ball down the floor. Bulldog basketball. They're going to drive with Campbell. He's stripped of the ball. Wildcats are going to come down the floor. Brendan Scott's going to take it strong to the hole. It's up, no good. Marcus back up with a shot. Good. Marcus Peters scores. And the Wildcat lead with 9 seconds to play as they work the ball down the floor. Will they get a shot off? They will not. Wildcats will steal it with 3, with 2, with 1. The Wildcats don't get the shot off as the first half comes to a close. An excellent first half of basketball for the Wildcats. They lead the Hampton Bulldogs by a score of 39-21. Wildcats back out on the floor with Quez Thomas, Grayson Strader. We've also got Marcus Peters in the ball game, Brennan Scott, along with Bryson Comer. Mike Baker listening to us at home in Oak Ridge as the inbounds is not in time, and a 5-second count gives the Wildcats the ball on the turnover. 7:59 to play here in the third quarter, 39-21 the score, and down the floor will come the Wildcats, leading by 18, or is it 21? It's 21. The shot is good by Brennan Scott from three-point range. And the Wildcats, actually, I thought that was a 3, but they only put 2 on the board. It's a 20-point lead. No, they changed it. It's now 42-21. Wildcats in the lead. If the Wildcats hold on and win, they will play at 7:45 against either Maryville here at Maryville High School or against the Lenore City Panthers. We'll have the broadcast of the girls' game at 12. They work the ball down low. Inside for a shot. Spinning shot. Good. They score inside with Chance Point, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Wildcats. Brennan into Bryson Comer. Layup fouled. And Bryson Comer will go to the free throw line. Bryson, as we mentioned, had 4 points in the first half, and he'll go to the free throw line. He was there a couple times. Let's see what he can do here. He is a senior member of the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. He looks at the first of 2 shots. It's up, and it's good. 5 points now in the ball game for Bryson Comer. Wildcat lead is 43-23, back to a 20-point lead. Back to the line, Bryson Comer. Eyes the second toss, puts it on its way up there, and it is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. They're moving now left to right here in the second half. As they bring the ball across the line with it will come number 4, that's Onspall. Onspall holds the ball and gives it over to Buckles. Buckles at the midcourt circle, guarded by Brendan Scott. Works around the screen to his left. Grayson Strader picks him up now. He's their top player, but he hadn't done much in this game. But now he's going to drive to the hole and put up a shot. Good. Wildcats lead is 43-25. The Wildcats push it down to Marcus Peters. Peters then stripped of the ball. Taken on the floor by number 4 for them. That'll be Onspall. He drives inside. They work the ball down the floor. Here's a pass deflected. He should have shot it. For whatever reason, he gave it up. Here comes Brennan Scott down the floor. Brennan goes all the way inside Marcus Peters. Goes in for the shot. Good. Marcus off the glass for a bucket. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Down the floor will come the Bulldogs once again. 45-25 the score, and the Wildcats reach in. They're going to tie up the young man from Hampton, and the Wildcats are going to get it on the alternate possession arrow. 6:28 to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 45-25. Zach Dorman doing camera work up top. Ben George down below. Brian Bennett back at the studios of FM 92.7. Down the floor, Oak Ridge. The Wildcats, Quez Thomas with it to Brennan in the left corner. Brennan Scott backs it up once again. Swings the ball left side to Bryson Comer. Back to Brennan. Brennan thought about driving in. He will at the free throw line. Now kicks it over to Caden Brightheart. They're going to call an offensive player control foul. And it'll be the Wildcats turning the ball over. Brennan has 7 points in the ball game after that first 3. Wildcat lead is 20, 45-25. This Hampton team made it to the state tournament a year ago, losing in the semifinals. I don't know how much they lost in graduation. It's a really solid basketball team, though. Wildcats just came out so solid early on as they're going to call a blocking foul against Bryson Comer. I thought originally they were going to call the foul on Grayson Strader. He blocked the shot cleanly, but I guess when the shot was blocked, he just ran right into Bryson. They called the block on him for whatever reason. To the free throw line will go number 4 for them. That is, Michael Onspall, 5'8" junior. His shot is up, and it is good. I think. I took my eye away from the court here. Second toss up there, short. Rebound, Grayson Strader. Here come the Wildcats, leading 45-26. Down the floor, Brennan Scott for 3. Left corner, good. He's on fire. He kind of struggled in the first half, but he's got 10 now, and the Wildcats are up by 22 points. 48-26 the score. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Moving left to right, number 11 with it, that's Buckles. Buckles stripped of the ball, goes out of bounds. Last touch by a hustling Quez Thomas. 5:39 to play third quarter. 48-26, the Wildcats in the lead. The winner of this game plays at 7:45 Eastern time here as the Buckles throws the ball away. It'll be the Wildcats with it. Other games we've already seen tonight, the Sevier County Smoky Bears knocked off Farragut 53-48. Sevier County will advance on to play Stone Memorial, who knocked off Sequoia 76-35. Wildcats give up a bucket there, I guess, as they work the ball into Brightheart. Brightheart's going to bring it across to Quez. Quez dribbles left and sets up the offense for the Wildcats. He's trapped, looks for help. What's the call? Timeout is asked for, I believe, by Coach Aaron Green. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. Oak Ridge leads 48-28. We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Maryville High School. The Wildcats on top by 20, 48-28. The Wildcats have the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hampton. The Bulldogs, if you just tuned in, Hampton High School. Played them from 1960 to 1970. Played them 22 times during that stretch of time. Hampton won a state championship in 1960. The Wildcats won one in 1961. So 2 state championship teams in 60 and 61. Played them in 63 when the Wildcats also won a championship. As the Wildcats watched them bring the ball down the floor all the way in for a layup. Trailing defense that time, the Wildcats couldn't catch up, and we're back to a 20-point lead. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with Caden Breithart. Dribbles inside the paint, pulls up and shoots, no good. Bryson Comer back up with it. He got hammered, no good. Gets his own rebound back up with a hook shot, good. Bryson Comer scores, and I missed a bucket somewhere along the line there, but I think I've got Bryson with 7. The previous bucket, whoever scored that, and maybe somebody can help me with my stats here because I missed it. Oak Ridge by 22, 52-30 the score. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Grayson Strader. 4:28 to play. Hampton, as I was going to say earlier, is located east of Kingsport, south of Elizabethton, so it's right on the North Carolina border. And they're a basketball powerhouse. I mentioned that Buck Van Huss, the former Dobbins Bennett coach. The arena is named after him. He coached from 1953 all the way up to 1967 at Hampton High School before he went to Dobbins Bennett. Speaking of Oak Ridge High School basketball, of course, we don't have a newspaper anymore. The Oak Ridgers really a joke right now, but you can always follow me on DC Cat Voice on Twitter. Or if you want to have any information about Oak Ridge sports, I try to keep up with it the best I can. You can't for the Oak Ridger anymore. The Clinton Courier is the better paper, ladies and gentlemen. They have articles about Oak Ridge all of the time. And that's my rant for the day. 52-30 the score. Bulldog basketball, 4:15 to play third period. Here comes the pass. It's going to be intercepted by Ray Ray. Ray Ray coming down the floor, driving coast to coast, floats it up there, no good. Rebound by the Bulldogs. Here comes Hampton back the other way. Against Oak Ridge's defense. Oak Ridge has currently in the ball game Price Davis along with Raekwon Watson, Grayson Strader, Bryson Comer, and Brennan Scott. Shot is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. They're going to go right back up if they can. Number 22 tried to. Swings the ball back out to the top of the circle. It goes to Onspall. He launches a 3. It's up no good. Rebounded by Ray Ray. Ray Ray coming down the floor again. Has Bryson in front of him. He's going to take it all the way to the hole, though. Finger roll, no good. Blocking foul called against the Hampton Bulldogs. It'll go against Michael Onspall, and that'll send Ray Ray to the free throw line for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge on top, 52-30. It looks like we'll be playing at 7:45 tomorrow here at Maryville High School against either Maryville or Lenoir City. To the free throw line. Shot is short, but Ray Ray will have another one. Connor Cummings coming into the ball game for the first time tonight. Out will come Brennan Scott. So everybody, with the exception of Cameron McCullough, has gotten into the ball game. Connor is a junior player, a member of the Wildcats. Played junior varsity for us last year. Both free throws missed, rebounded by the Bulldogs. And fresh off the Oak Ridge football field and getting a chance to play here at Maryville High School. 52-30 the score, 3.5 minutes to play in the third period. With the basketball will come the Hampton Bulldogs. Nearly a steal by Ray Ray. They go back door to Buckles. Buckles goes in for the shot, good. Wildcat basketball. Here comes Grayson. Then it comes to Ray Ray. Wildcat lead is 20. 52-32 the score. Raekwon with the basketball at the midcourt circle. Has Connor in the right corner. Ray Ray left side. Price Davis, three-pointer. It's on its way. Good. Price Davis knocks it down for the Wildcats. So Price hits the three-point shot, and that is his 6th point of the game. And Oak Ridge's lead is 55-32. Here come the Bulldogs, moving left to right, trying to get the ball across the line. Near foul there by Cummings. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Bulldogs. Number 0 with the basketball. That's Levi Lyons at the midcourt circle to Buckles. Buckles guarded by Price Davis. Thought about driving in, unable to shoot. Backs it up with the pass over to Trevette. He works the ball to the corner. They throw the ball away. Ball's knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Oak Ridge. 2:35 to play third quarter. Here comes Big Cooper Williams back in the ball game. Out will go another big guy. That's Bryson Comer. Hampton basketball trailing 55-32. Bounce pass inside for the shot. Good. They score inside. The Wildcat lead is 55-34. Here's Ray Ray coming down the floor once again. Across the midcourt line has Grayson Strader. Here comes the trap that goes to that's an over and back. He didn't have much room there on the sideline. Instead of really calling a timeout or kind of getting it deeper into the floor, he threw it wildly, honestly, at Grayson Strader, who had no chance to catch it at the midcourt line. Tough break there for Ray, and he's going to take a seat. Quez Thomas is going to come back in the ballgame. 2:21 to play. Third quarter, 55-34 the score. Hampton with the basketball. The Wildcats come in at 10-0 on the year. The Bulldogs come in. They lost one game to Dobbins Bennett in a close game. They also lost to two teams out of Florida the week before Christmas. Here's a steal by Cooper. Cooper wins with the basketball, gives it over to Thomas. Here comes Quez down the floor, slings it over to Cummings. Connor thought about shooting a three, will now drive in. Connor Cummings has a reverse layup if he wants. A great pass. Inside Cooper Williams, shot good. Give Cooper the bucket, and that's his 4th point, but give the assist to Connor Cummings. Here's a steal by Price Davis. Price Davis down the floor, dribbling in, stops, gives it in Quez, layup, good. Quez Thomas off the glass for the Wildcats, and now Quez has 5 points unofficially, and the Wildcats lead by 25. 59-34, a minute 35 to play third quarter. Cummings had a steal, saved on the floor by the Bulldogs. Here comes Buckles down the floor. Buckles driving in. Buckles tied up by Cooper, and it's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Hampton Bulldogs. Wildcats are going to get Cameron McCullough in the ball game for the first time. Price Davis out. Marcus Peters in. Grayson Strader out. 59-34 Wildcats. A minute 25 to play in the third period. With the basketball will come the Hampton Bulldogs once again, trying to get the ball in, and then on the baseline, they're going to call a personal foul. It's going to go against Quez Thomas, and it'll be Hampton basketball, and they'll work the ball in. Glad you've tuned in here on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. As Hampton shoots one, it gets pinned between the rim and the backboard. That's a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give Oak Ridge the ball. A minute 21 to play here in the third period. It's been all Oak Ridge since the beginning. Oak Ridge led 19-9 after one quarter, and right now they're up 25, 59-34. Marcus is going to try to work the ball in. The ball knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Oak Ridge has in the ballgame Cooper Williams. He is a sophomore. Connor Cummings. He is a junior. Sophomore Cameron McCullough. Senior Marcus Peters. As Connor Cummings has an opportunity to score, he's going to take it strong to the hole. No good, but he is fouled, and Connor will go to the free throw line. Minute 18 to play. Connor, of course, had a terrible break of his collarbone at I think it was the Anderson County scrimmage to start the season. Got a chance to play a lot of football later on as a receiver and defensive back for the Wildcats, and just now getting into basketball shape. And he'll go to the free throw line, trying to score his first point as an Oak Ridge High School Wildcat. His first toss is up, and it's good. Connor Cummings has his first point of the night. Back to the free throw line, he'll go. Oak Ridge leads 60-34. The Wildcats will take on either Maryville or Lenoir City tomorrow at 7:45. Connor back to the free throw line. 1:18 to play third period. Toss short, rebounded by the Bulldogs. Here they come down the floor, moving left to right. With the basketball will come number 11. That'll be Caden Buckles. Buckles guarded by Cameron McCullough. Drives to the free throw line in the paint. Fadeaway jumper. Rims out, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Cooper Williams. 1:04 to play third period. The Wildcats in the lead, 60-34. Everybody on the bench has gotten a chance to play in this one. Their basketball. Bounce pass comes inside. Yeah, I thought he might call a jump ball there, but they're going to call a foul, I think, against Marcus Peters. 1:02 to play third quarter, 60-34. Zach Dorman, computer specialist, doing the scoreboard, doing the time, doing the camera, doing it all here tonight at Maryville High School. You having fun, Zach?
Absolutely. It's been a nice game. Good to watch.
And it's been really quick, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
First free throw is up good. And it's now 60-35. Second free throw on its way up there. This one is no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs, then knocked out of bounds. I don't know. That's questionable. He was right on top of it, but they're going to say it was last touched by the Wildcats. It'll be Hampton basketball to work the ball in. Will be Buckles. Buckles works it in to number 22. Wildcats in the lead, 60-35. Everybody's gotten a chance to play today. It's been a while since that's gotten a chance to happen. We've had such a grueling schedule down the last 3 weeks with Cleveland, Oakland, and Sevier County. We've already seen Sevier County play and beat Farragut here today on this floor. And Sevier County, good team. We beat them twice. Cameron McCullough with the basketball, can't hold on to it. Take it on the floor, and then a foul is going to be called against Quez Thomas. 34.9 seconds to play. Personal foul against the Wildcats. 34.9 seconds, 60-37. Brian Bennett back at the studios of FM 92.7. It'll be once again the Bulldogs with the basketball. They'll bring it down the floor with 30 seconds to play. Wildcats playing with a lot of young guys in there, a couple sophomores, Cooper and Cameron in the ball game. Senior Marcus Peters, juniors Connor Cummings and Quez Thomas. Buckles goes in for the shot, good, and he's fouled by Cooper Williams. Personal foul is going to be called against the Wildcats, and with 13.6 seconds, Coach Green not happy about that foul. And it'll be Buckles at the free throw line. 60-39, the Wildcats maintaining a big lead here. They led by 10 after one quarter, double digits at halftime, and they're leading right now by 20, 60-40, 13.8 seconds as they substitute into the ball game. Number 1, that's Dylan Trevette into the contest. The Wildcats working into Quez with 12. Across it goes to Cameron McCullough. McCullough bounce pass back to Quez. Quez inside to Cooper for the layup, good. Cooper Williams and great ball movement, and he's got 6. And the Wildcats will head to the fourth and final quarter with a lead of 62-40. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll send it back once again. Oak Ridge on top, 62-40. We'll be back with a fourth and final quarter in 60 seconds. David Clary back here along with Zach Dorman, Brian Bennett, Ben George. The Wildcats up 22 points here, 62-40. Wildcats come out here in the fourth and final quarter with Raekwon Watson, Marcus Peters, Shamar Green, Cameron McCullough, and Connor Cummings. Their basketball, the Bulldogs with it, number 0. With the basketball will come Lions. Works the ball back out to Buckles. Buckles, according to Coach Green, their best player. I don't have his statistics, but he's been held down pretty much until the later part of the game here as the Bulldogs have the basketball, top of the circle. Unable to knock down any threes in this one. And I don't know if they're a great three-point shooting team, but they really haven't been able to do anything. They do get the ball inside to a big kid who pulls up and shoots good. Nice little touch there by Hayden Campbell, and the Wildcat lead is 20. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor, moving right to left with it once again. Across the way, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by the Hampton Bulldogs. $7:15 to play in the ball game. 62-40 the score. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Here comes Cameron McCullough dribbling in. Cameron wanted to shoot, backs it up to Ray Ray. Ray Ray dribbles in. Ray Ray stops, goes inside for the shot. It's up, good by Cooper. No, it's Shamar Green who takes it off the glass. And Shamar, I believe, has his first 2 points of the game. And Oak Ridge leads 64-42. So Shamar with a couple points here. And down the floor will come the Bulldogs. They've got a 3 off in the corner. It's up, no good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. Number 1 with it back up, good. They're really not a bad team. I know the score is bad with Oak Ridge up 20, but they're really not that bad. Here comes Connor Cummings down the floor. Here it goes to Ray Ray, still in the rear court. Brings it across the line, trapped. Needs help, gives it over to Marcus Peters. Left side, Connor Cummings for 3. It's on its way, no good. Shamar battles for the rebound, can't get it. Taken on the floor by Hampton. Here come the Bulldogs coast to coast. They get a layup, good. That's Buckles. Knocked Marcus Peters to the hardwood here at Maryville High School, but no foul. 6:13 to play, 18-point lead for the Wildcats. Here's Ray Ray down the floor. Wildcats quickly to the free throw line. Might have walked, goes in for the shot, good. Ray Ray takes it off the glass. I thought he might have walked there, but he did not. And that'll be his 6th point of the game. They get a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Marcus. Marcus Peters and the Wildcats running. Coast to coast, Marcus drives in. The ball kicked off his body, off his thigh, out of bounds. It'll be Hampton basketball. 66-46, Oak Ridge in the lead. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to play. We've got a running clock here at Maryville High School. The Wildcats up 20. Bulldog basketball. In it comes to number 4. And they'll bring the ball across the way quickly. Number 4, that is on Spall. He backs it up. Hampton doesn't have a whole lot of people on their bench, but they have substituted quite freely during the ball game, but it hasn't been enough to keep up with the fleet-footed and always in shape Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. 66-46 to score, Bulldog basketball. They'll drive the paint, kick it to the corner, drive the baseline. Shamar cuts it off there. Back it goes to number 1, that's Trevette. His shot is blocked by Shamar. He goes inside, shot is up, and it's good. They score off the glass, and the Wildcat lead is 66-48. Here comes the Wildcats down the floor. 5:06 to play in the ball game. 66-48 Wildcats. Bounce pass left side. Cameron McCullough. Cameron inside to Shamar. Shamar shot is blocked, and he's fouled. Green will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. The clock now stopped. 4 minutes, 57 seconds to play. I'll be speaking to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Aaron Green, after the ball game. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. Shamar goes to the free throw line. Shamar is a sophomore, member of this Oak Ridge basketball team. He'll have 2 shots here. And Shamar goes to the line. Shot is good. I've got him with 3, but I would never trust my statistics. When Mark Haste is here, when anybody other than me is here, usually they're right. But when I'm doing it myself, forget it. Shamar goes back to the free throw line in a minute. 67-48 the score. Back to the free throw line he goes. Shamar looks at the toss. No good. Rebounded by the Bulldogs. They're moving left to right here with 4 minutes and 53 seconds to play, and Oak Ridge up by 19. Wildcats will go 11-0 on the year. The Wildcats will face either Maryville or the Lenoir City Panthers tomorrow at 7:45 here at Maryville High School. Hope we can get a crowd out here. Don't get to play Maryville a lot in sports. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see an Oak Ridge victory over the Rebels or the Panthers, whoever we play. We play, obviously, Lenoir City in football, but Maryville very seldom. Blocked shot by Shamar, saved by the Bulldogs. Down to 4:25 to play. The Wildcats playing with an all-substitute lineup, at least in terms of the starters in tonight's ball game, as Buckles is cut off there by Ray. He has to back it up to number 12 in the ball game. That's Dalton Nave. They launch an air ball up, no good. Cameron McCullough has the rebound. Everyone calls him Camo. I'm going to call him Cameron because his grandmother might be listening to me. They work the ball to Shamar. The ball off his fingertips, saved by Connor Cummings. Back to the top of the circle. It goes to Ray. Ray drives left and backs it up. 3:55 to play in the ball game. 67-48 the score. Connor Cummings with the basketball at the midcourt circle. We'll have statistics. We'll have Coach Green. We'll talk about the upcoming ball games. The Lady Wildcats will play tomorrow at 12 noon. They'll take on Thomas Dale High School out of Virginia. As the Wildcat Shamar Green gets a shot off, good. Shamar scores. Nice feed there for the Wildcats. And I've got him with 5 now. Probably not right. 69-48 the score. We'll have the correct stats after the ball game. Ben George will go take a picture of the correct stats from the stat book. Here come the Bulldogs down the floor. Number 22's in the ball game. That's Chance Point once again, along with number 15, Brody Hicks. They work the ball right wing. Back for a 3. It's on its way. That's an air ball. Rebounded by Ray. Ray coming down the floor to Price Davis. If he can corral it, he can. Along the baseline, and the Wildcats will set it up with 3 minutes to play. Connor Cummings with it, top of the circle. Connor backs up to the midcourt circle, attacks left, goes inside with a great feed inside to Shamar for the shot. Good. Shamar Green off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads 71-48 here at Maryville. 2:48 to play, and down the floor will come Buckles. Wildcats led 19-9 after one quarter. They're up 71-48 now with about 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Hampton basketball. The Wildcats will actually take the lead in the series. The series was tied at 11 wins apiece. Of course, all the games were played between 1960 and 1970. 22 ball games, as I mentioned. The series was tied 11 apiece. Wildcats are going to get Cooper back in the ball game. The Wildcats, Shamar Green checks out. Shamar's had a really good ball game here. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 2:23 to play. It'll be Connor Cummings to work the ball in. 71-48 Wildcats, and it comes to Oak Ridge's Raekwon Watson. 3 guys in the rear court. Ray's got to get it across the line. Cameron McCullough's got it. Ball stripped out of his hands. Last touch by Hampton. I think I'm not wrong here. I think everybody on the team has scored, with the exception of Camo. So hopefully McCullough can get one up there and in as the Wildcats work it into Ray. Ray back to Cooper, and they're going to call a jump ball. Boy, what a quick whistle on that one. But it'll be the alternate possession arrow giving them the ball. 2:10 to play in the ball game, 71-48. The Wildcats will play either Maryville or Lenoir City tomorrow at 7:45 here at Maryville. Come on out. We'll broadcast it on the radio. We'll probably stream it. We'll have it on prepradio.com. Away from the ball, another foul. It's going to go against Cameron McCullough, same guy who called the jump just a moment ago. The girls' game will be at 12 noon against Thomas Dale. We'll have that game for you as well from the Hal Henner Gym in Greenville, Tennessee. To the free throw line will go the Bulldogs. Chance Point. Will he score a point? He does. Free throw is good. You like my pun there? His name is Point, and he scored a point.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Point back to the free throw line, trying to make it 2 points. Brick, no good. Rebound, Cooper Williams. Wildcat basketball. He throws the ball to Raekwon. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, leading 71-49. Ball is deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs. It's been a fast-paced ball game. They didn't put much time on the clock between the Farragut, actually the Sequoia ball game, Sequoia and Stone Memorial, which was right before this game. They didn't put much time. We first got here is Farragut losing to Sevier County as the Wildcats will try to work it in. Then it comes to Cummings. Minute 50 to play. Price Davis for three. No good. Cooper Williams on the rebound. Stripped of the ball. Can't hold it. Saved away by the Bulldogs. Coming down with the basketball will come Dalton Nave. Stripped of the ball. Here comes Connor. Connor Cummings. Ray Watson goes in for the shot. Good. Give the assist to Connor Cummings. And Oak Ridge leads 73-49. A minute 30 to play in the basketball game. Here come the Bulldogs once again down the floor. Levi Lyons roars across the line, gives it off to the right side to number 12. That's Dalton Nave for three, clanging off the iron, no good. Wildcats Cooper Williams. Will we have our first dunk of the year? No, the ball's knocked out of bounds by Hampton with a minute 12 to play. I see the Panthers emerging from their den across the way. They'll be taking on the Maryville Rebels immediately after this ball game. Camo inside, works the ball to Cooper, turns, spins, drives, shoots, scores. Cooper Williams off the glass for the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge leads by a score of 75-49 with exactly 1 minute to go in the ball game. The basketball will come number 0. That's Levi Lyons. Got it by Ray Watson. Swings the ball left side to Dalton Nave. Nave looks at the clock, 50 seconds and counting. The Bulldogs will move down to the losers bracket, and they'll take on the loser of Maryville and Lenore City. That game will be at 5:15 tomorrow. The Wildcat boys will play at 7:45. Shot is good by the Bulldogs. Price Davis takes a nasty tumble. The Wildcats have the ball with 30 seconds to play. Cameron McCullough is going to drive left. Great pass. Inside to Price Davis. Shot rejected. Taken away by the Bulldogs. We're down to the final 24 seconds to play in this ball game. 75-51 is the score. 18 seconds to play. The Wildcats will go to 11-0 on the year. Here's a steal. McCullough with it. McCullough in the rear court. Coach Green says no more offense here. Unless they foul you, we're down to 6. The final score has been posted. The Oak Ridge High School Wildcats go to 11-0 on the year. They defeat the Hampton Bulldogs by a final score of 75-51. So the Wildcats will play either Maryville or Lenore City tomorrow at 7:45. We haven't taken many breaks here. We'll have the statistics for you coming up here in a few short moments. Wildcats win it by a final score of 75-51.